Hello everybody, meteorologist Christian Winn back here from the FW Stormwatch and Dallas Storm Team. This is your severe weather briefing for this afternoon. We posted this image earlier. We've actually made a couple modifications. We moved it just a touch further east. The highest area now for severe weather still appears to be west of Wise County and west of Parker County, but we have expanded this medium threat area to include Cook, Denton, Parker, points to the west. In those areas, we're expecting hail of 2+ inches possible, 60-mile-an-hour winds also possible. As you get into the Tarrant, Dallas, Collin County areas, points south and east, that's the area where we're seeing a much lower threat. And east of this yellow line in East Texas, we're not expecting any severe weather at all. The storms will be very isolated in nature, and we're not expecting very many to develop, if any, depending on if the cap holds up. Then of course we will not see any severe weather. But there are signs that the cap will try to weaken as we head into 5 o'clock area, 6 o'clock rush hour. And then that could spell out these very destructive thunderstorms. So here's a look from our radar as of 3:47 p.m. As you can see, the whole Metroplex remains rain clear, thunderstorm clear, and all this stuff you see on the Metroplex is just ground clutter that's not rain. So no severe weather is in our area right now, but again, we're going to be watching areas to our west for the formation of severe weather, and so we'll keep you updated on that on our Facebook pages and DallasStormTeam.weebly.com. Alright, so here's a look at the instability that's available across North Texas for the formation of severe thunderstorms this afternoon. Usually a cap of 1,000 joules a kilogram is usually favorable enough for the formation of severe thunderstorms. When you see caps upwards of 3,000 to 4,000 joules per kilogram, that is indicative of a very violent atmosphere that can produce severe thunderstorms if other environmental parameters are in place. So as you can see, 3,000 roughly over the Metroplex joules per kilogram of cap and instability available would support a very sufficient outbreak of severe thunderstorms. Good for us though is that some of the other parameters are currently not in place, so we're not expecting a widespread severe weather outbreak. Here's the SIN, or another measurement of the cap. Usually we want to see less than 30 in these black numbers, or in these yellow areas we want to see less than 2 for the cap to be very weak. At this time the cap is holding pretty steady, especially across our western counties, and over the Metroplex and points south, the cap is actually starting to weaken a considerable amount and is getting close enough to where we could pop out some isolated severe thunderstorms. Here's our shear computer. We want to see usually shear of at least 30 knots across our area for the formation of severe thunderstorms. At this time, shear is marginally conductive for the formation of severe weather, and shear values are only currently running from 15 to 25 knots across a good chunk of our area. So this is what could be also holding back our severe weather possibilities. Here's our 0 to 1 km shear. Usually in this area we want to see at least 15 to 20 knots to favor some supercells. This is again running marginally conductive, anywhere from 6 to 14 knots of 0 to 1 km shear is currently available across our area. So based on all of this, the National Weather Service is watching areas from the Metroplex points west for the formation of severe thunderstorms this afternoon. This particular convective interest parameter is actually forecasting the highest threat right over the Metroplex. That's not going to happen. It's mainly going to be from the Metroplex west where we're expecting the highest chances for severe weather this afternoon. So based on all these parameters and everything and the models, I've decided to update North Texas into a 30% chance for severe weather this afternoon, or a moderate threat. Again, the 30%, that's kind of high, so. We're expecting just some isolated pop-up showers, thunderstorms, and if they do pop up, they will become extremely violent with large hail over 2 inches and 60-mile-an-hour winds possible. So based on this, we've upped the large hail chance to 30% chance this afternoon, and also the damaging winds threat has been updated to low because we feel that the large hail threats are severe weather producer for this afternoon. Also, our tornado threat. We are not expecting any tornadoes, but we can never ever rule out a tornado. So with every event, we have to include a minimal threat, and that's what we're doing for this threat. Also, the severe weather chance in southern Oklahoma, I've set it at low. It looks like North Texas has a higher chance of experiencing severe weather, but if any of these parameters change, we'll have to up or lower these chances. Again, severe weather threat in Oklahoma is low. Large hail threat is currently, we're going to put it at low. And the damaging winds threat in Oklahoma, also low. And our tornado threat is currently on a 7-day forecast. Currently, our tornado threat is going to be minimal at this time. So again, main threats this afternoon do appear to be the large hail and the damaging winds, with the large hail being the main threat and the main producer for this afternoon, if any thunderstorms manage to come up. So I'm meteorologist Christian Winn. Thanks for joining us. Stay safe out there. These storms can be very violent, and they could produce some hail up to over softball size in those 60-mile-an-hour winds. We'll be updating all the pages. We'll be updating our Weebly website at DallasStormTeam.weebly.com. Thanks for joining us, and have a great evening.